Hi Aries, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Aries for the upcoming week of February. If you're brand new to my channel, everything that you need to know about this video and my readings is in the description box below, so please check that out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and viewing more of my videos. I have to say, my Aries video from last week was my most popular so far, and by far, I have to admit, I am used to seeing about 50, 60 views per video on average, and this one's got over 3,500 views so far. And I had about 450 subscribers before last week, and I've got over 700 now. So I don't know what happened, but Aries, you guys are definitely my #1 sign, so I'm hoping I can give you guys a good reading this week as well. But I do want to remind everybody that because this is a general reading, it can pertain to just about anything, relationships, situations, circumstances, you name it, it might apply. And take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. My intention, as always, is to reach the people who need the message the most and who will benefit the most from the message. Okay, Aries? So we're going to get started after one more shuffle and a quick cut, and we'll see what's going on with you guys today. So here we go. So we're going to start off with the Queen of Swords in reverse, paired with the Ace of Swords in reverse. The Moon in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Temperance. And the King of Cups in reverse. So we've got a Queen of Swords in your underlying energy. She's in reverse. And then we have a King of Cups in reverse, on the table as well. I feel like it's possible something's been revealed or some information's come out. Maybe some secrets revealed that has you feeling frustrated, maybe. Maybe feeling a little disconnected or unavailable or not feeling really. I get the feeling from this King of Cups that it's kind of like he just doesn't care anymore, kind of like he's throwing his hands up in the air and saying, I don't care anymore, I'm not dealing with this crap, I'm doing my own thing. This Queen of Swords to me feels like she may have come out with some information, but it feels like she's communicating in a really harsh manner, or she is very cold and calculating in how she's, don't bite my ear, in how she's communicating, almost like she is, it feels like she might have revealed something or given some information or communicated something, but she's done it in a very cold, maybe calculating way. And then we have this King of Cups on the table who feels to me like he's got this energy like he doesn't care, or he's just released the idea that he's going to even put any energy or emotions into reacting to what this Queen of Swords had to say or what she's got to reveal. There's some lost love between these two. Something's gone wrong between these two and within this relationship. let's get some more cards out on the table and see what else we can come up with for you, Aries. So we've got the Chariot, clarifying the Queen, and the Seven of Wands. The Star is clarifying the Moon, both in reverse. Justice in reverse. The Nine of Wands. The Four of Cups in reverse. Seven of Cups. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so far what I have, and I might change my mind, but so far what I have is there's trouble in paradise between these two. This King of Cups, Queen of Swords. And this Queen of Swords feels like she's come out recently with some news or some information or revealed some secrets. And I feel like this Queen of Swords may have revealed that she's dissatisfied within the relationship, or revealed some secrets that, or some information regarding something I think that this king didn't know about, that she's been maybe hanging on to, or that she's been feeling defensive about, and maybe keeping to herself for a while. And I feel like she's come out with this information and also revealed that she's moving on. Like, because she's no longer hanging on to this relationship, she thought this was the time to go ahead and spill the beans about something that I think that she's been hiding or keeping to herself for a while. But she's only done it because she's ready to release this relationship. And this King of Cups, his response was confusing to her, because I think he basically said he doesn't care. He feels guarded with his emotions. But I think that his response may have been confusing to this Queen of Swords. Because I think that he's kind of like, so what? I don't give a crap anymore about you. See you later. That's kind of what I got in my head right now. These two are at odds, but it's almost like they're both kind of trying to hurt each other. Or it doesn't feel like necessarily this king's trying to hurt this queen, but I feel like this queen is trying to get one last jab at this king. But her intention was to jab at him and then walk away, or jab at him and say, you know, haha, you didn't know this about me. Here you go, and now I'm taken off, so it doesn't even matter anymore. I got you. You know, I had the last word. This Queen of Swords is feeling very harsh. I feel like this is the person you're dealing with, Aries. I want to remind you, too, that male or female, gender doesn't matter. So if this reading does resonate for you, you're going to know. If it doesn't, you're going to know who you are, if you're the King of Cups or the Queen of Swords. So this Queen of Swords feels like she's taken off. She's moving on, but she wanted to get one last jab in before she did, is what I'm sensing. And I feel like she's revealed some information, and she may have said something to the effect of, I've been planning on taking off for a while. I haven't had hope for our relationship for a while. Almost like she's been hanging on to the relationship, maybe for selfish reasons or an ulterior motive or whatever, but she's at this point giving up, and almost giving up and walking away, but before she does, she has to slap you in the face first. And that feels like a very specific message, so it's just what I'm getting right now. I feel like you may have been fighting this idea that you've been wanting to communicate for a while, and maybe there has been a lack of communication or reluctance to communicate or move forward or resolve things. And I think this is just one of those things where everything's coming out in the open now, and surprise, the love is lost. It's gone, but it feels like both parties already knew that. And that this is just almost like sealing the deal, whatever this communication has been. I think that this Queen expected a different response from this King of Cups, but I'm getting this feeling from this King of Cups that he already knew what was coming, and he's already closed off his emotions. He knew what was coming. He knew what was going on with this Queen of Swords. And now that she's spoken up, he's just kind of like, I don't give a crap, see you later type of thing. And I feel like she might be a little surprised, or a little bit, it feels like it may have been an unexpected response that she got from this king. So that's what I've got from this first two set of cards. Kind of a lot of information for this first two sets. Let's see if the message continues with these next couple of sets. I always reserve the right to change my mind during the reading, so if I get something different, I'll let you know. I feel like this Queen wanted to get one, again, she feels like she wanted to get one last blow in, or she wanted to have a leg up on this king. And his reaction, because it wasn't what she expected, she didn't get the results she was hoping for. That's what I'm getting from this first two set of cards. First two sets. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Lovers. Six of Swords, Death, the Nine of Wands again, clarifying the Eight of Wands, so we have that out here twice. Temperance again, the Tower, clarifying Temperance in the set of outcome cards. And we have the Emperor in reverse, clarifying this King of Cups. So this is a mutual breakup, or mutual feelings that I'm seeing on the table. Both parties feel the same about each other. Both parties are done. In other words, no love lost. It's not like this Queen came out with this communication and this King's, wallowing in grief. That's definitely not happening here. But I think that's what this Queen wanted. But she gave up on this relationship first, and she may have felt like the ball was in her corner, that she was calling the shots. Maybe there's been a lack of communication or a lack of clarity in where this relationship was headed. But I feel like this Queen kind of came out with some information, or decided to communicate, and she said, I'm done, I'm out of here, I don't give a crap anymore. So there, stomped off, whatever it is she did. I'm picking up a little bit of an attitude off of her for sure. And this king gave up. I feel like this king gave up a long time ago. I feel like this king said, you know what? You're not my cup of tea anyway. I feel like this king expected this. So he's hanging on to a sense of, he's hanging on to his emotions. He feels like he's a neutral party. Like, I don't feel like he's backlashing. I don't feel like he's coming back at this Queen. I feel like he's just kind of in this neutral stance. And the King of Cups can be that way. He just lacks emotions, or is emotionally unavailable, or detached, emotionless. And that might be his strategy, or just how he's feeling right now. because I think he gave up a long time ago. And I think that one or both parties knew that this relationship was a done deal a while ago. And it doesn't feel like a whole lot of effort's been put into it for quite some time. You know, I was wondering if I was going to get a continuation of last week's message, and this feels like it could potentially be an extension of that message. So what we have here with the moon in reverse, to me, this is revealing of information, lack of hope, if there was any left, and Six of Swords can indicate moving on. Moving on past a difficult situation, moving on to calmer waters, moving on to greener pastures, that kind of thing. And again, I feel like with these Nine of Wands and this Eight of Wands in reverse, I feel like there's been a battle of wills against one another, like you know, who's going to communicate first, or who's going to bring it up first, or who's going to talk or fess up that this relationship's gone down the toilet. And I think this Queen finally did speak up, but when she did, her communication was very harsh. And I just get the sense that this Queen of Swords, did I say Queen of Wands? I don't know if I said Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords, I just get this feeling like her one last attempt at communication was really just to get in one final blow or one final slap in the face before she walked away. And I think she did it to get a rise out of this king, and I think this king didn't respond in the manner that she had thought that he would, and good for him for not. And that's it. I think he just kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, well, I don't care. See you later. That's what I expected anyway. Let's get some more cards out here, Aries. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You know, the Queen of Pentacles was in the same position last week, but she was in the upright position, and it represented you, Aries. And now she's in reverse. And I just want to say, before I put the rest of these cards out, can you stop chewing on my hair, please? I just want to say that the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be a little bit more of a, well, this would indicate shadowy energy, but it's somebody who's kind of stepped back from that position of being nurturing and caring and mothering, compassionate and loyal, and a little bit more to herself, removed, feeling like there's a lack of return on her compassion and loyalty. And so she's stepped back from that position now in a position of defense, feeling defensive, and saying, well, you know, I haven't been receiving compassion in return. I haven't been receiving what I've been giving in this relationship. And I feel like she's stepped back and removed herself from the situation. So we have the Fool, the Lovers, again, clarifying justice in reverse. Three of Swords, Nine of Swords in reverse. This is brutal energy, Aries. I mean, if this is a continuation of last week's reading, it feels like there might be some closure after this week. There's the Queen of Swords again, this time in the upright position, and the Page of Cups. The Queen of Swords is confused because she didn't get the response she thought she was going to get from this King of Cups. which is typically some sincerity, some compassion, some loyalty. But he's hanging on tight to his emotions. He's not letting these go because she doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve to receive that. He's not giving her what she wants. And I do feel like this King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles is the same energy. So again, gender doesn't matter. It's just the energy of the card. And I feel like this Queen of Swords has revealed some information or some secrets. We've got the Moon in reverse. We've got the High Priestess. I think that was her intention, was to come out with some truth and then walk. And she had planned this. I feel like she planned this intentionally to feel like maybe she had a leg up on you, Aries. Need to close this a little bit. It's a little too bright. Is that okay? Yeah, that works. So let's get one more round of cards out here, Aries, see if we can't get any more information for you. I do feel like you may have felt like this relationship was going south for quite a while, that, you know, things haven't been going right for quite some time. And again, there's a sense that both of you maybe gave up on this a long time ago, and maybe you've been battling this heartbreak for a while. Three of Swords energy. And battling the fact that I don't think there's been a lot of communication or attempts to reconcile. This definitely feels like a continuation of this last week's message. But I do feel like you know, to a certain extent, Aries, you've gotten out of your head about this. I do feel like this has been a struggle and this has been hard. Nine of Swords, but the Nine of Swords in reverse can indicate that you're coming out of this state of grief or anxiety, mental torment. Maybe you've been up at night thinking about this for a period of time. I feel like this has been going on for a long time. I feel like it's something you've had on your mind for a long time. You know, this was inevitable, and I honestly, Aries, the more I look at these cards, the more I feel like you hung on to this longer than this Queen of Swords did, this relationship, or maybe you held on longer to the idea that maybe that this could be repaired or fixed or healed. But there was just so much time that was going to pass before you finally said, you know what, I give up. I'm not doing this crap anymore. I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. You know, you can only take so much abuse before you finally say, what's in this for me anymore? Why am I hanging on to this crap? And I sincerely feel like this Queen, I mean, she may not have acted like she was surprised about your response. Maybe she even kind of remained neutral with her emotions as well. But in her mind, she was surprised by your response, because I think that she may have felt like you were still hanging on to a level of emotion regarding this relationship. I think she thought you were still hanging on to some emotions. Where did those cards go? There they are. So, let's get this one last round out for you. Can't seem to hang on to these cards. They want to spill out. Okay, let's. Three of Cups. Page of Wands. Two of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. King of Cups in reverse again. The Devil. Ten of Cups in reverse. And the Empress in reverse. So we have the Empress and the Emperor in reverse in the same set of cards with this King of Cups. So let's look at this last round here for a minute. Again, the cards are indicating that there was some kind of reunion or coming together. And I do feel like this Queen initiated it, but she initiated this coming together or this reunion to let go of this relationship or to drop it once and for all. And I do feel like she felt like the ball was in her court. But her motive was not to mend things, but her motive was instead to reveal some last minute information, maybe something she's been hanging on to for a while. And, you know, if my memory serves, there was a lot of deception and wrongdoings and things that had gone bad in this relationship from that last reading, if this is an extension of last week's. And this person may have revealed what they did and then said, and I'm out of here. I'm taking off. And again, we have the Page of Wands out here, so I do feel like this was her initiating some conversation, and you took a defensive stand. And you remain neutral with your emotions. You've already gone through a lot of healing with regard to this relationship. You've already fought the heartache and the grief. You've been battling this for a long time. And it hasn't been easy for you to get out of this mindset and this turmoil that this person has put you through. And you were hanging on to this toxic relationship for a long time, and I think it took you a while to figure this out too, Aries. I have to admit, I am a little surprised at this reading, that it's coinciding so well with last week's. The tarot cards never fail to amaze me. I think this Queen expected you to show some emotions and to show how unhappy you were, or maybe even try to hang on. But Aries said, you know what? There's nothing left here for me to hang on to. And there hasn't been anything left here for me to hang on to for a while. I dropped this a long time ago, and yeah, we haven't talked, yeah, we haven't communicated, so you don't know because you refuse to talk to me, you refuse to have conversations with me, but I let you go a long time ago, says Aries. By the way, I know that this isn't going to resonate for everybody because last week the reading indicated that there was certainly some people who probably resonated who did hang on to the relationship and maybe have made amends, but the group of people I'm reading for did not hang on to the relationship and had no intention of hanging on to this relationship. Because the clock was ticking and time was up. And this wasn't right for you in your life anymore, Aries. It's time for you to have a new start. It's time for you to start fresh. Take a chance on someone else. Try something new. Because there's no hope left in this relationship. At least not the way this person has walked away. I don't feel like this Queen of Swords left anything left any openings for reconciliation. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but with what I'm looking at here, I don't know if she left any openings to fix this, if there was any hope for that at all. And I think Aries is saying this is over and I'm moving on. And again, I don't know that this Queen anticipated that or expected it. I get the feeling too that this Queen may have accused you of some wrongdoing as well with this devil energy out here and temperance. Maybe even said that this was equal give and take. The emotions weren't there I don't know where the bird went. The bird ended up in the kitchen. She'll probably fly out here pretty soon, and there she is. Can you just hang out here for me, please? Instead of flying around the house. She probably left my shoulder to go crap somewhere. And she crapped on the chair already. She usually avoids crapping on me, which is nice. Anyway, Aries, I want to get one last card for you. One Dreams of Gaia tarot card. See if we can't get some last minute words of wisdom from Spirit. Something that maybe will help you close the door once and for all. Feel some closure. Maybe feel some hope for the future. Leaving this behind. You know what? I don't normally do this, but I'm going to take this card because I didn't shuffle that much, but I pre-shuffled this deck and this one flopped out on my lap. And it's 7 of Fire. It's a good card for this reading, and it feels like it's probably going to apply and you'll probably resonate with it. So I'm going to read this from the book for you, Aries, and then we're going to wrap up this reading. 7 of Fire. About 3/4 of a page. All right, Aries. Keywords, key phrases: heed your intuition, a feeling of recognition, inexplicable coincidences, moments that repeat. Personal interpretation is crucial. Only you know the answer. Look beyond the surface and observe and be aware. Here we go, Aries. The 7 of Fire represents the development and use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It is an instinctual or unconscious knowing that when you heed it can keep you safe from making mistakes and lead you to being in the right place at the right time. It is a feeling of recognition that we often ignore, but if we choose to heed, can have us moving through life in harmonious accord with our surroundings. In actively using and then trusting your intuition on a regular basis, you may find you observe more and in turn you learn more. You start to see and take notice of signs and messages along the way. You take notice of those little inexplicable coincidences and moments that keep repeating, and if you heed them, you can take you on an adventure of discovery, revealing not only the truths you seek, but also your reason for being. Using and heeding your intuition can lead you to opportunities and experiences that offer the potential to both fulfill and inspire others. However, to trust in one's intuition requires that you look within and determine what the message means to you personally. You can ask advice of another, you can seek guidance from another, but only you know your answers. Personal interpretation is key. Trusting in the knowledge that is stored within your unconscious mind is key. Third parties can offer insight, but they see and understand life through eyes that have been shaped and influenced by their own experiences, not yours. Only you know what something means for you specifically. Only you know if something is right for you. The 7 of Fire represents a need to actively develop or trust in your intuition and instincts at this time. Look around you, observe, speak to the cards on a regular basis, and honor the truths revealed by going wherever your intuition leads you. So I think this card indicates, similar to last week's message, is that you've been on point regarding how you feel about this relationship and this person in your life. I think you've known for a while where you were headed with regard to this relationship, and I think you're making some good choices, Aries, and ridding yourself once and for all of some hard energy and some difficult times. You've been battling this for way too long, and if for whatever reason, and it's very possible because this is a general reading, if for whatever reason this hasn't transpired for you, let's say, for example, I know a lot of people indicated in their comments that they've been blocked from communication and haven't had any communication at all with this person, that's possibly still true. This could potentially be a message indicating what's going to happen, or what's simply energetically happening, maybe not in the 3D, but the 5D, and that you've released this relationship in your mind and in your heart, not necessarily with your voice. So Aries, I'm going to leave that here. Again, this was another hard reading. I wish all the best for you. I hope that you're able to move forward. I hope that this reading gave you some clarity and gave you something to walk away with and gave you some kind of hope. You know, you can have a new start and recover from this and turn this the other way and regain that hope for positive relationships in your life. So I wish all the best for you, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. If it did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.